So if you're still following along on this one, here's what we've done so far. We bought the house back in March. We've been renovating it ever since. This week I was going to do a video about how to do the Mr. Cool DIY mini splits, and it beat the crap out of me. I didn't put them in the same way the instructions tell you to do it. Instead, I ran the evap lines through the crawl space and the condenser lines through the attic to the condenser. You're supposed to do them on an exterior wall. Do you want to know why that didn't work out? Because that's not how they were designed. Now, will it work out in the end? Yes, but kind of at a weird in-between phase on this house. Right now, I would like to get floors put in, but I can't put the floors in until we get the heat going. And I can't get the heat going until we get the electrical situation figured out, which means I'm kind of waiting on a contractor on that one. But the good news is I found out this week that the condensers in the back 2 bedrooms work. So that's super cool, which means I can heat this house enough to get the floors put in. Then the weird part is I'm going to put the floors in so that we can do the doors, and then I'm going to do doors so we can do the trim, and then I'm going to do the trim so that we can paint, which means I'm painting over brand new floors. So that's going to be a little sketchy, but we're making progress. And this last week or so kind of felt like I wasn't really making any progress because I've been in and out of the attic and the crawl space like 1,800 times. And I'm kind of tired of doing it. So here's a quick update video because I'm not doing the video I was planning on doing. The video I was planning on doing was how to install the Mr. Cool mini splits while running your evap lines through the crawl space and the condenser lines through the attic. I hope you enjoy the progress on this one because I've been killing myself to get it done. Starting back here in the master, we've got the closet all sheetrocked. It's starting to look pretty good. I think we're getting ready for texture. There's a whole bunch of just odds and ends and nail holes. Right there is where our mini split went, or will go, right up here. You can see we're using that Romex because it's the only thing we had that was flexible enough / stiff enough to pull down there. We will end up drilling a hole through that and into the crawl space and then running it, the condensation line, not the evap line. I keep calling them evap lines. I don't know if that term is interchangeable or not, but we'll run the condensation line into the crawl space through this opening right here and then bring it over and tie it into the plumbing, which goes out into the street in that direction. I'm gonna let the plumbers handle that. Right here, started taking the flooring out of the master bathroom and found out that the subfloor, or underlayment I should say, was toast. So we pulled all of that out. I've got some new underlayment coming early this next week. We might even get it down on Saturday, depending on how I'm feeling about things. But we're closer on this one than you think we are, because we don't have any massive holes in the wall to patch up anymore. And really, we're just gonna replace this with a cadet heater, and then this wall heater will go away because that will be in this room, and that's 9,000 BTUs. It should be plenty to keep this place cool. We've got the kitchen sheetrocked out here. It is looking really good. Stacked all of the doors and stuff in there so that we could have a little bit more space. I'm actually gonna call a guy, I think today, to start having cabinets put in. And again, I'm not super worried about the sheetrock and the way that it looks right now. We put cabinet blocking up on the top of this wall here for the upper cabinets. But this is going to have a tile backsplash in it, so I'm not going to worry a whole bunch. I think I'm basically just going to mud and tape all of this stuff here and then prime it and let the tile cover all of that up. Here is the main living space, and you can see we have got some can lights, and that's really exciting. These old houses always come with like, oh, we're gonna run the top switch off of a light switch and you're gonna just turn lamps on, and it's 2022. Put can lights in, you know what I mean? Back here you can see I've got some material. Some of that is trim. Those big wide pieces right there are shiplap, because I'm going full Chip and Joanna Gaines here. And that wall that used to be paneling, you can see all the glue and gross stuff, that's going to be shiplap. And I'm probably about 8 years behind the 8 ball on this style choice, but damn it, I'm sticking with it. I think it's going to look cool. It's going to be a nice wall, and it's going to cover up these big ugly holes I had to put in the sheetrock to make these mini splits work. And back here you can see there's mini split number 1 and mini split number 2 that we have installed so far. And once my sheetrock guy's done patching our holes that we keep putting the whole walls in, we should be good to go. But that's it. That's the house from one end to the next. So here's what my 3 big goals are for this week. 1 is to get this room cleaned up so that we can put the oil base down on the floor so that it doesn't smell like whatever was happening in here. 2, we're going to start putting the LVP down, set it out, let it acclimate for whatever the room temperature is here for the next couple of days, and we're going to get that done. We're going to get it done at least up to the kitchen, and then I want to start in on cabinets, or have somebody start in on cabinets. Because I don't want to run the LVP underneath the cabinets, because then they split at the seams. It doesn't look good. They don't age well. I want to have my LVP flooring run up to the edge of the cabinets and then do trim around it, so that as things heat up in the summer or cool down in the winter, these floors can move a little bit and they don't end up pulling apart out in the middle of the floor. That said, I kind of have my work cut out for me this week. It's gonna be a long Saturday. I'll try to film it. I'll do my best. Just being realistic with you guys, I've gotten really good at filming. I've gotten really good at editing. Unfortunately, though, I'm still a shitty person, and so I have to figure out how to communicate it. I have to figure out how to take what's up here and communicate it clearly, or none of this is gonna work out. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I really do enjoy working on houses. I'm also a real estate agent. That's why my channel is called Just a Realtor. I enjoy basically all things houses. I got into this as an investor, and it turns out when you're a licensed realtor, you get to help a lot of really neat people do a lot of really neat things. So my career isn't just this, and that's another thing that's going on, is I'm not always here. I don't have 8 hours a day to put towards this house. That's why there's this pile of crap sitting behind me, is because I show up at random intervals when I have the free time to get this done. And it doesn't always allow for the cleanest job site, and it doesn't always allow for the most elaborate videos, but I'm still having fun with it. And if this stops being fun, I might stop filming this. Here it is. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Next week, I'm trying to put them out every 2 weeks. That's my goal, is I want to get one video every 2 weeks, or one video every other week, I should say. And I'm hoping they're informative, if not at a bare minimum entertaining. So I'm going to keep pushing for that. I'm going to keep trying to further my editing skills and further my filming skills, while also furthering my capabilities and responsibilities as a real estate agent. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'm sitting there and I'm trying to show people pictures of my kids on that phone yesterday at the office. I was like, excuse all of these selfie videos of me. I'm just really vain. So earlier in the video I made a brief mention about some electrical stuff, and the stuff that's going on is that we found out from the L&I inspector that we had to do a new electrical panel, which kind of adds a new element of like, oh crap, we weren't expecting this. Probably should have, but again, didn't do an inspection on the house, so it's kind of, comes with the territory. Good news is, everything will be brand new and up to code and really well done. This will be a solid house. I won't have to worry about it. Bad news is it's just an unexpected cost I wasn't ready for. So that sucks, but it's okay. We're still moving forward, and we'll get this one done soon.